Dan Bongino is a former Secret Service agent and an NYPD officer, and he joins us tonight. Dan, it's great to see you.
Good to be here, Tucker.
So, I mean, my view from day one has been it's not about Trump, it's not about Obama, it's about the political use of our intel and law enforcement agencies. And what we learned today about the memo suggests that that has happened. They've been politicized.
Yeah, Tucker, where are the Democrats on this? I thought this was the party of civil liberties.
Exactly.
You do not have to be a Trump supporter to understand that the constitutional republic as we know it cannot continue to exist if the Fourth Amendment is subject to the R or the D in front of your name. Make no mistake, because the liberals are hiding now, and they're all scurrying like roaches when the lights come on. They know what happened here. To spy on someone in the United States is legal if you can produce probable cause using legal means of a crime, or that someone is acting on behalf of a foreign agent in violation of some United States crime. None of that has been produced to this day. Not a single Democrat, Republican, or anyone else has produced a scintilla of evidence that anyone on the Trump team, and we're not talking about process crimes later, colluded with the Russians to justify an investigation to spy into what at the time was a candidate for president of the United States of the opposing party. This is devastating. Where are the so-called civil libertarians?
So what could possibly be the rationale for not reading the memo? Under current House rules, any member of the House can go in. You have to go to a secure location. But if you're an elected member of the House, you can read it. Only a dozen Democrats out of more than 100 outside the committee have done that. How could they explain that?
Here's what's going on here. The way compartmentalized information works, the systems aren't interconnected, Tucker. So when I was, say, in a SCIF when I worked in the Secret Service, there's information on certain systems that's not connected to the cloud or the internet. It is in Tucker's place, right? For someone to read that, you have to go to Tucker's place. It is not a coincidence that Devin Nunes, who has an entire scope of what happened, went back in March to the White House facility to read very specific intel that I think is very likely will be in this memo. What am I saying by this? That information was likely briefed to Barack Obama. What does that mean? That means that this information that was being used by Hillary and all this other stuff that was in the dossier and all of this spying was probably being inserted into daily briefs by Barack Obama. Why else would Nunes have to go to the White House to read it?
That's a great point. And, of course, it was the Obama administration that pushed for the surveillance powers over the Trump campaign. Very quickly, is it plausible that Obama administration officials really believed that poor Carter Page, I'm sure you've seen him in his television appearances, was a Russian agent, was working for Vladimir Putin? Do you think they really believed that when they asked for the right to spy on him?
I believe when you think Donald Trump is Satan, you can convince yourself of absolutely anything.
That's probably exactly right. Nicely put and true. Dan, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Robert.